Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. This is the Minx Show podcast. All right. Got a great show for you guys tonight. A lot of things going on in the hold on. Let me just turn my TV off, like turn my TV down. Okay. Okay, here we go. All right, so yes, it is this is the Mink Show podcast. We are actually live on this Friday night, the 9th of August. A lot of things going on in hip hop today. This whole week was a blur, but there was a couple of things that definitely did stand out. And I have a very different format today because I'm actually starting the podcast with the These Hands Award. But in this episode, for the These Hands Award, first let me get that up for you guys so you guys can see this prestigious award, which is the These Hands Award. And with the These Hands Award, we award people an opportunity to redeem themselves. And usually they don't, but we're very thorough. So I have a panel. We're going to have a panel discussion tonight, which is so different. Usually I start with an interview, but this is going to be a little bit different. And I wanted to bring the ladies on this Friday night because there's a couple of things that is going on. It's becoming a little bit annoying, and we're definitely trying our best to keep it popping. Okay, so let me get my situation together. I'm gonna get my two guests on. So we're gonna have a panel discussion tonight. We're gonna be discussing the These Hands Award because it's gonna be a couple of people, a couple of individuals, and the groups that are going to be getting these hands on this perspective of being female artists, being female producers, and just being females in this industry because this is just getting out of control. Okay. I want to thank everybody that's tuning in. Got Facebook is lit. I had an alert. I don't know what's going to happen because they actually told me that Facebook is having issues with incoming streams. So I'm not really sure if Facebook is actually going to be holding up, but we going to make it work. We got Periscope up, we got YouTube up. Shout out to everybody that's sharing the podcast, and I want everyone to actually be part of this discussion because I think a lot of these other podcasts are chasing clout, and they're just don't have they create these topics that incite a lot of discussions, which is what we do as podcasters. We pose a question and we use that as a talking point. So it's very important. If you are a hater, if you are a dude, and you do not want to hear the perspective of women podcasters, women producers, women rappers, then I suggest that you exit this live because you're going to hear some stuff that you may not agree with because of, everyone's comfort with sexism in this industry. So if you're not going to hear us out and you're going to write some dumb shit in the comments, I recommend that you just exit the live. Okay. So this is for grown folks. Okay. These are for grown folks in this business. Okay. So I'm gonna get my panel up. Just give me a moment. I'm gonna get my peeps up. I'm gonna get some. Actually, I'm gonna get a song on while I get everything together. And just give me a moment. Un momento. Un momento. Shout out to everybody retweeting. Shannon says, "I'm ready for him. I'm ready. We ready. We are ready. We are excited." And it just needs to be said. It needs to be said. Okay, so I'm gonna get my panel together. Here we go. Call my ladies up. But until then, I'm going to actually play some music while I get my panel up. So let me go into something. Let me go into something. Everybody's sending me music in my emails. Okay, who do we got here? Who do we have here? Who do we have here? Okay, so I'm gonna get this one on. All right. All right, so this is again from the Summer Banger Challenge. This is sent from Taz. Taz sent over a record that he wants the world to peep. And here we go. Let's get this panel discussion together.
DM me for life. Gang, gang. Baby, I don't want your pussy, baby. I want the bread. Two nickels a Percocet. She move like a turtle, I know that she wet. I'm dumb off the Urkel flying like the jets. I lean up the link, out the pilot, no catch. I get disrespectful, one nut on the chest. Ain't dealing with dog and it's no mesh. Bet, nigga, yeah. Nigga, respect that T is for tick. Scrap at your thumb like a hair from your neck. Fresh in the morning, need mouth, Chris. Right who you yawning, she take it like meds. Don't DM me, nigga, about where your bitch rests. It's DM me to nigga, put me to rest. They want me to fall, I leave them upset. A dog in that field, for real. I don't need no vet, I'm a vet, bet I had. Soon as we met, like, damn. Don't care that you came with your man. She want a young nigga with bands. That stick like I pay for the band. I come from the dirt, no sand. Ayy, DM me fuck with the clan. She poppin' pussy on her hand. I don't want your pussy, baby. I just want your head. I was riding bikes to catch the bike, say on the face. Look, I was skipping class in school, was selling dope instead. Could've sworn I was a doctor, I was selling all the meds. I don't want your pussy, baby, I just want your head. I was riding bikes and catching bikes right on the peg. Look, I was skipping class in school, was selling dope instead. Could've sworn I was a doctor, I was selling all the meds.
Hey girl, you hear me? Do you hear me? Can you hear me? Hold on. Oh shit, my I hate when that happens. Can you hear me?
I'm here.
Okay, cool. Let me get you up and let me add Megan.
Yeah.
Uh,
Can you hear me?
yeah, I hear you perfect. I hear me again.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, cool. Now I'm gonna get
Well,
Megan.
hold on. I hear you on the live, but I don't hear you directly.
Okay, hold on. Hear me. I gotta get everybody together. Hold on.
Hear me?
Okay.
There we go.
Hold on.
And can you see me? Yeah. Can you see me?
Can you
Yeah, I
guys
hear
hear?
you perfect.
Okay. There's a lot
Can you
of.
see? Oh my god. I hear me again. Yeah, I can hear you. Okay, cool. Now I'm gonna get Megan. Well, hold on. I hear you on the live, but I don't hear you directly.
Okay. Hold on. Hold on.
Oh my god. Gotta get everybody together. Okay, can you hear me? Can you?
I hear you.
Yeah, I can hear you. Okay, can you see me? Yeah. There we go.
I see you.
Hold on.
Okay.
And
Okay. Can you ladies hear me?
can you see me? Is it good lighting? Okay. Bad lighting?
Perfect.
Hear me? Okay. Yeah, I hear you. Okay, cool.
Okay.
Now I'm gonna get Megan. I hear you on the left, but I don't hear you. Oh my god, that is crazy.
Okay. Can you guys hear me?
Okay. Hold on. Oh my god. Gotta get everybody together. Okay, can you hear me? Can you? I hear you. Yeah, I can hear you. Okay, can you see me? There we go. I see you. Hold on.
All right. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. All right. Can you ladies hear my microphone? Can
We're
you
here.
can you hear
Oh
me?
yeah.
You guys can hear me on the mic, Megan. Can you hear me?
No,
Okay.
I can't hear you, or it
Okay.
might be delayed. I don't
All right.
know.
Hold on one second. Uh, hold
Oh
on.
goodness.
How do you? Hold on. Okay. How about now? Hold on. Why isn't this shit working?
Oh boy.
Can you guys hear me good?
See, this is what happens when you try to do great things. Somebody somewhere is interfering.
What about
It makes
now?
no sense. Happens to me all the time.
Yeah.
But it's nice to finally meet you
All
though.
right, what
Like
about
I
now? Can y'all hear me?
for a while.
Yep. Yep. We
Yeah.
can hear you.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Okay. Awesome. Okay, awesome. Let me just get this shit off the screen. Where are you? Where are you? Okay. All right. I hate Skype. I hate Skype, but that's okay. You know how they get us. Okay, so panel discussion. Please introduce yourselves, ladies.
let me
Oh, you can go first.
Okay.
fine. What's up, everybody? I go by the name of 759. I am a producer, sometime engineer, beginning DJ, and I host my own podcast called Live from 805. I'm also the creator of that podcast. You can catch me almost every Saturday from noon to 2. Live from 805. You can just follow me, facebook.com/759. Also, follow the fan page, Live from 805. We talk about topics, we show videos, play music as well. So if you want a little down south exposure, email your music and videos to me at live from 805podcast at gmail.com. This is
Awesome,
it.
awesome.
This
All
is
right,
it.
all right. This is your girl, Murder Megs, Megs the Great, Megs, whatever you call me. I'm still that girl, East Coast, Beast Coast all day. My contacts is, of course, my Facebook name, Megan Murder Megs Alexander. That's Murda. No spaces, no characters, Megz.
Awesome. All right, ladies. So we giving out these hands this week. Got a couple of things I wanted to get off of my chest, and I know you guys. We all we all talk all the time, and obviously we're all producers. We're the makers of the world.
Right.
Right.
So my first question is, what was your thoughts when that top 50 hip hop list came out that there were no females named? Like what was your thoughts
I,
on that?
I think they kind of just did it on the fly. Like nobody really sat and took the time to really think about influence, longevity, like just the legends. You know what I mean? Like they never took the time out for the legends. And the fact that, and Joe Budden makes a good point. There was no DMX in there. There was no Scarface. None of the great rappers. But here you had Nicki Minaj, number 11, and you got Jean Grey and Rhapsody ranking much lower on the second list. On the second
On
list,
yeah, I was gonna say,
on
which
the
list are
first
you?
Mm-hmm.
on the first list, there was like none at all. I'm like, wait a minute, somebody.
Right. Right, and I because when the list, it was another list that had came, like you said, it's another list that had came out, and I noticed that mostly all of the female rap MCs were bottom listed. They were not top listed.
Ranked
So
Exactly.
very low,
we're just
right?
last. You know what I'm
And
saying?
2 or 3 different lists that had come out. Hot 97 did one. Was there a couple other people did their own? It's all, you know what? If you can't rank it like that. You would have to say no particular order.
Well, the first question I have is, how did you find out about the list?
Twitter.
Twitter.
Everybody was going off about it. Immediately
Everywhere.
saw that Joe Budden was top 3. I said, "Oh wait, I'm waiting for that podcast because I know he's going to go in on." But you know,
Well,
I mean,
I think the first list actually, I didn't find out about the list until Angela Rye said something about it. And this was a podcast that had less than 1,000 followers. And
Wow.
yeah, this was a podcast that had less than 1,000 followers, and somehow or another, Angela Rye retweeted it with a comment and said, where's the female rappers?
Right.
That's how when I first saw it, I didn't know. I don't think anybody would have known about this list if Angela Rye didn't say anything about it.
That's true. That's very much true. But you know what? Hot 97 going to do what they're going to do regardless. And then you got messy blogs like, Shade Room and people like Academics and Vlad. They're going to come out and put it out regardless. So if she didn't, somebody else is going to.
Hmm.
Mhm.
But I don't think people's first initial thought wasn't where were the women. Everything was how is Jay Z number one and how is this? Nobody was thinking about that at the time.
Well, why
Until
why why do you guys think that women in this business are shortchanged and there's no homage paid to the female rappers, the female producers, the female engineers? Like what do you think is the reason behind that?
I say because of jealousy, envy, and it's gonna take a while, especially for the female producers. It's gonna take, it's gonna take a while. You know what I'm saying? But it only if you want it to, if you want it to be in the forefront, and if you want it to be here and here now, it only takes us to do it. You know what I'm saying? So we have to port. I just released the beat tape, so
Yes.
yeah,
And
I'm sorry.
no, it's okay. No, I was going to say cuz I wanted to touch more, on all of us as producers. Uh
Okay, yeah, yeah.
I know that you, Megan, you,
Mhm.
or do you want me to call you by your producer name? Because I'm trying to
Yeah,
be.
you could whoever. My producer's name is better. Sounds a little better.
So,
But yeah,
okay,
yeah. It
so
only.
tell us
things
about your
sound
beat.
call me about my real name. Like, who was that?
So tell us about your journey with your beat tape and what it's like behind the scenes, because you actually do beat battles.
Yeah, yeah,
That's dope. That's dope.
yeah. I love doing beat back. I was a bit scared at first. You know what I'm saying? Like say, okay, now what if I lose, or what if, what I'm saying? I don't care about what ifs, ands, or buts. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? So I just went up there, and they said, okay, who's this? And I just went up there, showed off my beats. Everybody liked it. My first beat battle, I did lose at the second round. I came back. I won second place. My third one, I went, lost second round. You got to get out there. You know what I'm saying? You have to show people, that you're a female. Hey, I'm a female producer. I make beats, or whatever the case may be. It only takes you to get that out there. You know what I'm saying? It takes a lot of female producers going to be out there too. You know what I'm saying? We just got to get together and let motherfuckers know that, hey, we here. You know what I'm saying? If we're going to put it, put it to the forefront, you know?
And that's
And
that's
Megan,
that's very noble to have to go through that, because I know it's a process. I've never done a beat battle before,
Right.
ever.
um, Megan and I are part of the same producer group on Facebook, and I've been keeping up with it. I still haven't did a beat battle.
What's
I'm all
stopping you? What's
Right.
stopping you? What's the
Right.
problem?
Right.
You do it, I'll do it.
Right. And me and my mother just got through talking about that. She said, well, what's stopping us from doing anything? You know what I'm saying? You got to get it out there. You got to get your shit out there if you want people
and,
to know what you
yeah,
do and who you are. You know what I'm saying?
absolutely.
Exactly.
I had just recently had dropped like a little clip of a beat that I was working on, and I had posted it on my page, and then I posted it to the producer's page. And wouldn't you know it, I had like well over 200 some odd views, 130 something comments, nothing but positive words off of this little beat clip. And I screenshotted it and reposted it for everybody in my city to know. Like, look, I'm getting the props from people I don't even know,
Mhm.
from Chicago, from New York, from Houston, from everywhere. Like they're showing me love more than you guys are. I've been in the city making beats basically my whole life, and I'm still not getting my just due. I don't want to be that person to like, oh well, what about this person? What about because that's not my nature. But at the same time, like this episode is called, you gotta pay homage because where in New York you can have 15, 20, women producers, engineers. Here in my town, there's only one or two of us.
Mm.
Hmm.
and I'm the OG, of that. I hate to put
You
it
keep
like that, but
saying that. I'm gonna have to hurt you because you ain't
I was
old, man.
I, like no, no, for real. I'm an OG in this city. Like
Right,
I
right,
feel you.
I've been making beats, since 2007, 2008. At the
Mm.
time, I was the only chick out here doing it. Nobody was touching it. Nobody was touching me, right?
right,
Nobody, still not.
right.
It's
And
just
I
me.
understand you too because being from a small town, I'm from New York myself, and
Whoop
I,
Yeah,
whoop.
when I was a little girl,
yeah.
Harlem all day uptown, and
Uh,
ever since in 2002, 6 months after September 11th, we had got up out of there and moved to
yeah.
Newcastle, Pennsylvania. Shout out to Newcastle, by the way, because they be showing me love too. I
Mhm.
don't want to discredit
That's
them either, but being the only girl, you know, that's making beats in a small town, that's damn, where's everybody at? But I gotta hold it down, you know what I'm saying? Even if I gotta pass the torch and show other women that hey, we could do it too, you know what I'm saying? I
not
would
even
love to, what I'm saying? I don't like to hold nothing
about
back.
the competition. It's not even about the competition. It's just to show solidarity. You know,
Right.
I'd rather work with you than work against you. Because if I have to work against you, I'm
There
going
we
to work
go.
10 times harder,
Right.
and you're not going to beat me. But in this case, I'm from Lynchburg, Virginia, where you've got 80 million rappers, you've got 10,000 producers, but only two of them are us. Like only two.
Would
I
you?
don't.
Well, here's the big elephant in the room because I know a lot of I talk to female producers all the time.
Yeah.
A lot of them, including myself, feel that it's so hard for a woman to get placement. You know, it's like almost like they're picking apart. You, like I always complain about on Twitter, and you guys are both. We all follow each other, guys.
Right.
And I always say the same shit, let's keep it real. Dudes are not buying beats from women. They're
They're
not
not.
buying beats from women. And
And
I think all the time, I said, if I was to change my name for it to be masculine, and,
hmm
Mhm.
would that be a totally different situation for me? I mean, I'm not going to test it out because I'm not going to do that.
right. And you
You
know
would
what?
even
Here's the trick.
doing it just to get that recognition. It sucks that anybody will have to switch anything up and switch their integrity and switch their content just to be amongst the ranks of the men. So it's like I never thought about it.
Right.
I thought about it. My job is to stand out. My point is to stand out. And I noticed too there are a lot of men artists that I'm very close to and friends with that I've rubbed shoulders with. It's like, you know, you pay your producers, and that's wonderful. I'm glad you pay them and this, that, and the third. But have you ever thought about reaching out to a woman for beats?
Most of them
And
don't.
here and here's the thing that they get you with. They most of these rappers, whether it's whether they major, they minor, they charge you a lot of money for their verses, whether it's 500, 200, 1,000. They charge you all this money for these verses, but won't pay for a beat. That's how they get free
Mm.
beats for you. And it
I
happened
wish
to me, you know what I'm saying? I won't say no names.
somebody's 200, 300 for a verse in Lynchburg. I'd kick them in the kneecap. You got one time to charge me for. You bet not charge me in this little.
But it's true. It's totally true. And one of the other things I wanted to bring up as well, being female producers, how do you feel when another, let's say a male producer, they'll say, they'll critique you. But am I the only one that notices that there's a total difference from how male producers congratulate or commend each other than they do women? Like it's more like what doll are you using and what like does it seem like it's more like of they're trying to test our gangster, just
I
trying to
mean,
test us to see if we are actually producing these tracks?
I've
it depends.
gone through that, so I don't know. I,
It just Yeah, it just depends. Either you either giving me advice in like in a good way, or you trying to be an asshole and be ignorant about it because you're jealous about something. You know what I'm saying? It just depends on how they take it. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
But yeah,
a, a
you
lot of
know,
times, a lot of times in my case, it's just a matter of hitting the like button or keep scrolling. Like nobody
right,
ever inboxed me and hey, because they know I use Fruity Loops. They know I got they know I
right,
got the whole setup. They know what I use. but
Mm-hmm.
they've never ever been in my inbox and said, "Hey, I kind of like that kick, but if you take that snare and do this, and maybe if you tweak the head," I've never been told that.
But
Never.
this is the thing. This is the thing. Is it constructive criticism at that point? If a male producer comes to you, or they hop in your DMs, or I'm not even going to say that because they don't even give us that grace. They in the comments
Right.
they want to publicly slay you and test you. You're saying that it doesn't happen to you, but would it be safe to say that women shouldn't really be putting their stuff out there? As like I say, I think it's dumb. I actually stopped putting female producer. I just feel that that is like it's like attracting flies to shit. You say I'm a female producer, and the first thing is that they're not listening to the style of the beat. They're just nitpicking about everything that's wrong with it. And there's really nothing wrong with it. I mean, if it meets the standards, the decibels, everything that is supposed to be EQ'd right and all that shit, if that is fine, why do male rappers, or sometimes female rappers too? I've noticed female rappers, they won't buy beats from women either.
I've never had that issue either.
Well, we need to move down
I've
with you
had
because this is getting a little bit out of control.
rappers wanting to collab with me. I've had female rappers wanting to collab with me more than any of my male counterparts ever.
Mm-hmm.
I've had
Same.
one or two guys, but like, hey, let's collab. I've done collabs with quite a few male producers, and I've done a couple beats for some male rappers, but I've never I've never been criticized, critiqued, anything. The only person that was able to do that and get away with it was my mentor, may he rest in peace, the great E. Kane. If it was trash, he told me, but he also told me how to fix it. This man had been in the business 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
I respect that because he's got that experience. I'm
We,
not
we,
gonna
we have
sit there.
an actual comment over on Periscope. Someone says it was MQZ official says facts. It's going all over, and also says especially when rappers come up to a producer and say, "You my bro. If I go up, you go up."
I hate that shit.
Yeah. Yeah. I was like,
Oh, and you're gonna be my in-house producer. And when we blow up, I'm gonna pay you. You're gonna get paid. And
that's what you know. What that's the same shit that one of my dudes had told me. Oh, when I get my studio in my house or what the case may be, I'm gonna pay you and yada
Hmm.
yada yada. Guess what? It never even happened.
don't
Where
don't
it ha-
feed me,
Here's it
don't
at?
feed me no BS. If you don't rock with me, just say you don't rock with me. But don't sit there and try to boost my head up.
Right.
I've been through it before. I know the BS from the real. And
Right.
once again, I'm from this tiny ass town where ain't nobody on like that.
Hmm.
So you can't promise me nothing that I can't
Yeah.
go out and do myself. Like you can't promise me, yeah, we gonna eat, we gonna go on tour, and we're gonna do all this. No, no, no.
No.
So what made you? I'm gonna one. Well, you guys decide who goes first. But what made you want to become a producer?
Oh, my father. Living in New York, especially being born and raised in Harlem in New York, and being a few minutes away from the Bronx. My dad is from the South Bronx.
Whoop whoop.
Of course, I was surrounded with hip hop, turntablism. Of course, DJ, graffiti, MCing, and breaking. The elements of hip hop. So
Yeah.
yeah, that's just being around that, and the production. He had like
ever. That's the dopest influence ever. Just being from Harlem is like.
right, and then he had like pieces of equipment. He had like keyboards, and he had SB 1200s. And he had Dr. Rhythm sampler. He had all kind of shit.
Calm
You know
down.
what I'm
Calm
saying?
down.
He had all kind of shit.
Candy store to me. Like that is a candy store to me.
Yeah. People come to the house to rap and sing and stuff like that. It's just being influenced, just being around that. You know what I'm saying? And he moved to 2002. He had getting recovering and getting different pieces at a time. A Fostex VF80 multi-tracker. Then he had a SP202. Then he had a Yamaha keyboard. And of course,
Ooh,
he had a computer. Of course, this is how I knew about FL Studio.
that's some heavy artillery though.
Ain't it?
Yeah, and then he had the reason why I knew about FL Studio is because one of my father's neighbor, one of his guys had installed the program. It was FL Studio 4 at the time, 2004.
Ooh.
and it was the demo version because we didn't
Yeah, we,
know.
we, we all started off
Uh,
on the demo
yeah,
version.
we really couldn't afford no full
It's like,
version
dang,
just yet.
okay.
You know what I'm saying? The only time, the only finally I got my hands on that full version of FL Studio is when I graduated from high school. That's the
Mm.
only time I got it. But the only time I used the demo version when I couldn't afford it is when you said you can save stuff, but you have to export your stuff. And
Yes, it's like it had to be a final
Unfinished.
cut because
Yes,
if your power shorted out or anything like that, it was a
you forgot
wrap.
days. That was
yeah, that
done.
was the struggle, but that was the best struggle ever,
It
and
was
that's what.
because it actually pushed you to actually finish because now that we have the options to just create and go about our day. How many unfinished beats do you guys have? Because I know I'm stuck at like 23 right now.
Um,
This beat should be the
unfinished
name of my beat
beats.
tape. Like that should be the name. I got so many starts and stops. I
I see you, SJC Flawless. He says, six was my base, four, FL Studio 4 was where he also started. He said it was so basic. Yes, it was.
But you had the block, you had the little blocks, and
Yep.
then I didn't know about the other part, the tracking list, where they took the little blocks off at the time when
Yeah.
they started at 10, and then they had that little waves and all the others like wave
Yeah.
patterns and shit like that. So yeah, that
I
was
didn't
the that
like
was the
that
best
version.
of it.
I thought it was just too much for me. I just was like,
Right.
this is too much going on. Because I actually, I made my first beat ever. I don't know if you guys remember because I'm a gamer. They had the MTV beat maker game. That was
you
that
got
moment when I said
to
I want to make beats because
I had that too.
do that.
We had rented it from not Hollywood Video, not Family Video, but it was Movie Gallery at Walmart. It
yes,
was there. My mom, she had picked it up. It looked interesting too. I said, you know what? My father had tried it out. I went and sneaked, and tried it out. I said, okay, this is cool. But I was still stuck on FL Studio 4. You know what I'm saying? I
yeah,
was still
yeah.
making, but it wasn't that good. But I was still, doing, my real shit. But as far as having that video, that was the best. And you know what? Another video game that I liked when
As
was Get
as
on the
as
Mic.
SJC Flawless
Was,
says, "Oh my God, me too." Yes,
but yeah,
he
Get on the
knows.
Mic.
Don't they?
Get on the Mic was one of my favorite video games too. I don't know if you have heard of it or seen it. At Circuit City, had it at the time. The store it was competitor of Best Buy. Circuit City had
Oh,
the video game, and it was called Get on the Mic. Jada Kiss
Harold,
on it. And
yeah,
that's
sure.
why I wanted to rhyme because of that video game. I wanted to rhyme anyway because, back in the days, like I said, living in New York, I had that influence, but I wanted to take it upon myself to rap. But I was so, the producing and DJing, I haven't DJed since when I was 14, 15. That's when I started
Wow.
actually DJing. So producing and DJing kind of overshadowed me MCing. I mean, I would write here and there, but it's just something about me making beats. It's just
Yeah.
I love making beats. I love being behind the boards and doing the job. You know what I'm saying? I love doing everything. You know what I'm saying? Besides just MCing or just making beats, I like to engineer. I like to do it all.
Eh,
Well,
well, yeah. What
I,
were you gonna say?
I first started making my beats. My very first beat, believe it or not, I was 6 years old. When you're
Oh.
a kid, I'm an only child, so I really had anybody to play with. So I had a vivid imagination. I just pieced together some stuff: kerosene heater, cardboard box. I had a Fisher Price piano that you gonna play chopsticks with,
Yep.
and and I made it work. And I had two regular sticks that I found in the backyard, and creating a cohesive beat. And I used to live behind my grandmother, and I guess I was banging so hard she hurt me, and she called. My mom was like, "You got the radio on down there? What's going on?" No, she's back there playing. She back there with her little drum set. So since then, it was like it wasn't just randomly wailing on stuff. Like I would try to create melodies and beats, hitting on certain objects. I would tape record myself from like the age of 10 to 13. I would tape record myself doing different drum patterns. Um, I first ran into my first beat program was the Music Generator 2. I
Yes.
I had created over 420 beats. And at the time, the neighborhood that I lived in, I had the respect of all the people in my neighborhood. Like they wanted to buy beats from me. I YouTube somewhere there was a way for me to get all my beats off of that memory card and onto a flash drive.
You talking about the memory card for the game?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
There was apparently there was a way for you to get the beat off the PlayStation 2 onto your computer, and I needed a cord and this and that, and I tried it, and of course, go me, I messed it up. All 427 beats
oh,
Oh
were
shit.
gone. I was hurt. So my first Fruity Loops was Fruity Loops 8
Mm.
because I
mm,
had been making beats with the music generator for years, and it was just so easy for me to do. And
right.
finally went to the demo version of Fruity Loops 8, and then I got 9, then I got 11, and now I'm on 20. I love Fruity Loops. I tried Pro Tools, I've tried this other stuff, but it's like this is so
Cubase and
Cubase.
Yeah, I had FL Studio
Reasons.
6, 7, and then I went to because I didn't know that they make. I was so stuck on 4 that I
Yeah.
didn't know that was making lifetime
You know
update.
what? Because
Hey,
it's
You
like
that's
you
why I
get
do, right?
so you get
can't keep
so
up.
stuck and you don't realize
Right.
like
I didn't even notice until because my mom she had to recover the computer right, so I had went to the image line, the
Mhm.
website,
image line.
and then
Yeah.
I had re-downloaded it, and it was another thing. It was like FL Studio 6. Okay, what's this? Okay, so this is a newer version. I guess they had new things, and they had I altered it or something like that. And I
Mhm.
went to the website and said, when they gonna come out with the next version? FL in
And it was like
2007.
20 versions ahead.
Yeah, that's what I said. Okay, this is cool. I'm interested. So every year
And
I
Fruity
would
Loops.
download the new Fruity Loops. This is every single year. So I
Mhm.
said,
He says,
I
Pro
was
I'm
Tools is
not listening.
powerful if you have an iLock. Yes, it is.
Yeah, yeah,
Yes.
I
Now,
lost.
I just wanted to ask because I'm going to definitely be reaching out to a lot of the new female producers that are coming out. What advice do you guys have for female producers that because they're all scared for some reason. Like I get DMs and they're like, I'm so afraid that if I put it up on BeatStars and what if nobody? I'm like, are you serious? Like, what advice do you have for female producers in gaining their confidence and being able to actually put out their work?
You got to go for it.
right,
If you're passionate about what you do, like if this is your passion, if this is what you want to do, you want to blow up off of this, you just got to take that leap. You just got to do it. I was
right,
on I was on BeatStars as well, and I mean it didn't work out for me. So I tried other avenues and I tried to do my own thing. But you got to just get out there. Like y'all said earlier, the only thing stopping yourself is yourself. So I mean, you want to get out there and get your name out there. I mean, look at Wonder Girl Beats. Like
right, right,
she's an inspiration to a lot of up and coming. And then there's people like us, we're a little older, so we can definitely teach the younger locals that are trying to make beats right now. I've got on Facebook Live my mentee Mte.
hmm
She's starting to make beats as well.
to
Yeah,
pass the torch.
yeah, you gotta pass
Exactly.
the torch. So
Yeah,
I'm not gonna be making beats my whole life. Like I'm 35 years old. It's like this is a young folk game now. And
I don't.
unless you
Yeah,
getting some, unless
I
uh,
hate when people
it's
right, unless you getting
associate
some money out of it.
age.
You know what I'm
it's
saying?
becoming a younger people game because the young folks are so quick to sit us down. It's like, okay, you did your due diligence, you've done your thing. Now sit back, let us take over and let us progress and all this extra. So I only say it like that because that's just whatever.
Well,
Like
MQZ official says female producers are needed as it brings new creativity and promotes new sounds.
while that's true, are we going to get the respect for doing just that?
No.
Are like this the title of the episode? Are we going to be paid our homage? Are we going to be like, oh, well, yeah, Murder Megs created that banger. Yeah, Minx Couture created that banger. Yeah, well, 759. Well, this part was it. Are we going to get that recognition
Right,
like
as if we,
Primo,
because if
like
it was a Pete
like
Rock and a Premier and a large Professor, we would
yeah,
have get the utmost respect. As if what they
Timberland?
did to that Nas, the Illmatic to Nas, because everybody got
Right.
their respect off of that. So
I mean,
hopefully it'll be an
Timberland,
Illmatic. You know what I'm
Pharrell,
saying?
they are legends, stamped forever.
Right.
When, when are we going to become stamped? with those legends? When can we be in the same breath with those legends?
Yeah,
Right.
because
We're
that's
not.
that's that's what brings me back to the original complaint that I had, which was, when this first list was generated. Again, we don't know if it was created for satire to piss off a certain amount of people, or just women
And,
rappers in
and you
general.
and you called it a mercy list, which I was like,
The
what it sound like?
that brings me to this, like I said, the list that Talib Kweli put out. That's the one that I actually posted because I said, okay, so he added a 50 female rappers list.
Mm-hmm.
And I felt like, in a sense, it was like, okay, well, this is a little bit too late. You guys, you left us out in the beginning. Like,
Yeah, the damage was done.
the damage was done. It was done. And
Right.
And then they tried to make up for it,
yeah,
but made it
Oh,
even worse.
yeah,
It went from bad to worse. Actually, they just bottom listed us,
oh yeah,
which went from bad to worse. So that doesn't make it any better. You know what I'm saying? Why are we at the bottom? Why is they at the top, but why are we at the bottom?
And
And
why
that's
are we
kind
on
of
a
hitting up
separate list?
against
Like,
each
why are
other.
we
You know what I'm
on a
saying?
separate list?
In a
are
way,
are these lists important though? Like,
No,
you know?
no,
That's
it's
just
all
opinions.
it's subjective. It's subjective.
You know, it's opinions at the end of the day. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Anybody can make that. Anybody can make that list. You know what I'm saying? And there's gonna be a whole debate and all the other stuff like that. At the end of the day, it's opinions. You know what I'm saying?
because
true.
on my list, Nicki Minaj would never rank higher than Rod Digger, and that's just facts.
Oh yeah,
Right.
of
Because she's a
course.
commercial rapper. You know what I'm saying? She's just a commercial rapper.
And
But
I
as for who
rank
is strong, who has the strong lyrical ability? You know what I'm saying?
that
You know,
exactly.
who has the strongest lyrical ability and
I
tell the
don't know
truth?
how
You know what I'm
she ranked
saying?
Lil Kim when she was basically a carbon copy of Lil Kim. So I don't know how that worked. Like I said, if you was gonna put together a list, you shouldn't have put no numbers beside it. You should have just said no, just random order. You should have just said
Right.
because it's subjective, is what you believe. I guess they got their own criteria of, influence, streams, sales, sex appeal. It's different criteria. At the end of the day, like man,
Sorry,
all
as SJC Flawless says, he says that person made their money by clickbaiting that day.
oh yeah,
Hey.
that was the biggest lick that day. Oh, he
But again, like I said, I don't like to shoot down other podcasts and what they do, because you guys know, when I do my podcast, I always put out like controversial tweets just to generate a conversation.
oh you
However,
get people mad. That's what
I be
that is.
getting people tight. Okay, that's just my thing.
That's
I'm like,
what
how
they
else am I going to have a show unless I give people an
Publicity.
opportunity to bite my head off? But the problem is that I always say, and I'm probably going to get a lot of issues and flack for this, and I really don't give a shit.
All right.
I think that a lot of these people online, like on especially on Twitter, I think that was a mole thing. Like, why would Angela Rye is a person that is heavy into, and I follow her, so it's like I see a pattern with her. She's all about the politics.
Mm-hmm.
Why?
Which was weird for her to even comment on that.
That's what I'm saying. Was she paid by this podcast to say, can you retweet this with a comment, and because you can hit up, I can hit up Joe Buttons tomorrow. I can hit up him and say, here's 10 grand. Can you retweet what the fuck I'm saying? But what I'm saying is that I
I
feel
wouldn't
that if
approve.
she didn't say anything about this list, about no females, because nobody cared about this list until it was mentioned that there were no females named on this list. I think that it was probably, like SJC Flawless said, it was clickbait.
Very much so. I mean, of all people, they asked her.
Yeah,
They
like,
could have
why
could
her?
have asked Lil Kim. They could have asked Minx. They could have asked anybody, but they asked her. Like stating that's not her lane.
Yeah,
So
that
what
that
she
she's not in, like, she kind of peeks her head in and out of the entertainment, but
her
for
opinion
her to
really
cause a
her
stir like that,
yeah, her opinion really doesn't hold weight in this case. I don't think,
it
but
seemed to this time, and that's why when I sat there before I even retweeted it, I had to think about it for a minute. I said, wait, Angela Rye has a problem with this, a freaking podcast that has less than 1,500 followers on Twitter, There was no like, and even after this shit blew up, I went back to this podcast page on Twitter, and you could tell they were scrambling. They were posting up, oh, if you like this episode, you should check out this episode and check out that episode, and three
Uh,
likes, one like, two
they
likes.
were trying to generate a buzz for themselves. That's all that was.
Right.
Who, like
MQZ
you said,
official says it
whoever.
takes a modern day conversation that people will talk about and media will mention it more.
Oh yeah, they hit a lick that day. Yeah. Whoever created that selfie stick, that was the biggest lick of all. This right here was like, yeah, they knew what they were doing.
They pissed
They
a lot
knew
of women off,
people
a lot
talking.
of female rappers off, and I joke around and I say because of the era that female hip hop is today, they probably was like, fuck them bitches because they're not rapping about nothing. They're
All
not
right.
they're not they're not showing out. I just I
And you know
hope.
what? I'm sorry to cut you
Hmm.
off, but there was a thing with Jermaine Dupri that says something about the girls nowadays that's rapping
Yeah.
or actual strippers from the strip club strip
Hmm.
rapping. You know what
Hmm.
I'm saying? But I have to agree with Jermaine Dupri, but then on Cardi B, of course, she had responded. I agree with her too. If you hate it or love it, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's up to the people. I have to go all the way with Cardi B on this one because it's up to the people and what they choose and who they would listen to. You know what I'm saying?
But
Hmm.
If they choose,
the thing about Cardi B that I always say all the time, mind you, I was a big Vine head, okay? I
mm-hmm,
was following Cardi B before Cardi B was Cardi B, okay? She
right,
was really real, and she has not changed really that much since she actually blew up. So I just
And
think
see,
that.
yeah,
I didn't
the
like
thing,
her on Love
her,
and Hip Hop. I like came out with a project. I didn't like her on Love and Hip Hop. I thought she was so annoying.
yeah,
But since she got off the show, I liked her.
No,
she's
but
a
what I'm
corporate thing now.
where
I'm
what
saying,
I'm getting at is that Little Kim, for instance, she started that whole lane, that
yeah,
lane
she did.
of just being raw and real. And if I
You know
want to be
what?
raunchy, I'm going to be raunchy. And that was her thing. Wigs,
Hmm.
fashion, all of that. That was her style, right?
Right.
So
There was Millie Jackson too.
what if the stripper rap, like they're saying, is a lane that Cardi B just probably just started, and people are running with that.
You know,
Well,
you know what? Trina, I heard Trina was a stripper back in the day,
Eve
and then
was,
she got up on this. Right there, you go. Eve was a
Eve
stripper
was a
back
stripper.
in her
Yeah,
day.
she
but
was
You know
she
what I'm
definitely a
never
saying?
stripper.
about it. She never rapped about it, and nobody really knew about it unless you really knew her personally, or
Right,
to
Well, nobody knew what, until those videos started circulating around, and then
her.
that's when she came out and said, "Okay, yes, I used to be a stripper."
mhm,
But
Yeah,
nobody
because
knew she was a stripper
teenage
prior to those videos getting circulated
right,
on the web. I know that for certain. But Cardi B was always honest about her past, always honest about what she did. She had no shame, no game. But now
right,
it seems like, okay, the Kim blueprint is done with. How you can't really surprise us anymore. Female rappers that come out with the bangs and the wigs and just having that particular look and being high in fashion. That's done. Another rapper comes out like that. It's just like, okay, we've seen that already. But
right.
this lane of female rappers. Again, I mean, did you guys peep the Hot Girl Summer that came out? Did you guys actually hear it with Megan and uh, Nikki
I, I
and
skipped Nick.
Ty
Mm,
Dolla Sign? Did you guys hear it?
nah,
I heard Megan
Don't.
first.
I mean, I heard about it. I got some peep of it, but as far as like listening to it, nah. But there is a City Girl Summer. I guess that's supposed to mean. I guess you have to finessing the guy out his bag or something like that. That's what a City Girl Summer is. But a Hot Girl Summer is supposed to be, I guess, live your life, live your best life. However, that's possible.
What the hell is so wrong with just being like a lady? Like what the fuck is like I get so
This is
aggravated because I'm like, what is this where
boring.
we're going?
Who wants to be a lady? Go out there, show your boobies, shake your ass, do what you got to do for $40. Like being a lady is boring now. Who wants to do all that? That's the general consensus. Me personally, I like being a lady. I like being
I
somebody.
like being a
Me too.
lady,
I like being.
I like wearing my, look, let me do a little promo. Minx Radio.
I need to go to those. But yeah, no,
Yeah, I could be. I love just being a tomboy. You know what I'm saying? I could be a girly girl one day, but being a tomboy, I'm just chilling with some shorts and shirts. I got me a little producer's corner shirt.
uh,
Shout out
What?
to DJ Stress. yeah, I'm supposed to be out there. I'm supposed to be out there on the 15th. So shout out to him. So I just like chilling. I don't care about no being no tomboy, girly girl, hot girl, something. I don't care about none of that. I just like being
Me
Murder
neither.
Megs. I like to chill. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think. Well, this new music that's coming out, I don't think it's for us. I think it's for these little 20 somethings
Mm-hmm.
that's looking to drop the
Uh,
kids off with grandma. Like, I'm ready to go, shake it up in the
Right.
club.
Right.
Mom
he says, I
watch the
guess that's
kids
where
have
Taylor
the baby.
Swift comes
No,
in handy.
the babies are that had the babies. That's
Yeah,
something for
daddy,
them. You know.
mom got the babies. I'm out shaking my ass. I see you in the morning. Like, I don't think this is made for us to understand and to, because we had that hot girl summer that we had that back in the 90s.
Right.
When?
We had that, but
The
When?
Freaknik,
they're trying to bring that back. Like,
the
well,
Freaknik.
of course, we couldn't be hot girls and city girls in the 90s because I was a kid. But,
Yeah.
we had that wave with rappers. We had that wave. They're just trying to bring that back. And it's, you're revealing more, showing off more. And I actually sat there and watched a couple of Meg videos and listened to a couple of her tracks. I'm like, she's basically doing the same shit Nicki was doing. She could twerk a little bit better, but I mean, even then, that's a bit of
When it
that's
comes to her, I'm not even gonna lie. I've seen her ass so much that I just had to grow to like it. You know what I mean? Like it's like I just was like, okay, she's twerking again, and they're taking a snippet, and now they're slowing it down. Okay, so all right, it's decent. Maybe the twerking thing is her thing, but my question is, for the ladies in hip hop, any female that is tuned in, my question is, how do we have the men pay homage to us without it now? Because now it sounds like we're begging. It sounds like we're like, what about me? It's not about what about me. It's about why was I not considered? And when I say I mean as a female rapper, right? I felt like seeing that list, it was almost like a slap in my face because there were so many people. I'm like, not even Nicki Minaj was on this list. And that's how I was like, they intentionally told
yeah.
us.
They intentionally just left everybody out.
They were like, F
Mm-hmm.
y'all, you know. MQZ official says this whole thing started with Jermaine Dupri's comments, and then they continued it with the list. They probably, yeah. That seems like reasonable to think that. But
Well, now that makes perfect sense now.
now when I think about it, it's a good thing, MQZ, because we your feedback, he's been tuned in or she's been tuned in. Are you a male or female? I don't think it matters. Everything that MQZ has said tonight was definitely things that I've actually thought about. But how do we fix this? Like, how do you think female rappers, female producers, because we all know women are not working together. They're pitting us against each other. How do we overstep that and work better together as a team, of artists and producers as females?
We have to, come together. We have to say, look, let's do something. Let's work on a beat tape. But we have to. It's about socialize. It's about communication. You know what I'm saying? It's about communication. Because I'm on a couple pages with some female, of course, the producers corner. My dude DJ Stress Yak put made a list of female producers, and it's a lot of us. It's a lot of us. You got L.A. from Manchester. She just put out a beat tape before
Yeah,
me.
she's pretty dope.
Yeah, she's dope. She's dope. Of course, I put out a beat tape. Then, of course, it was Sharita C. Williams. She also put out a beat tape. I'm gonna send you that. Shout out to her if she's watching. Hopefully she is. And of course, girl, damn. And I talked to her too. She's in North Carolina. She said she's putting out. We have to put our shit out there. You know what I'm saying? We can't hold nothing back. The more we hold shit back, they're not gonna notice us. Of course, they're gonna comment some, crazy shit, some ignorant shit, or what the case may be. It's gonna be some assholes in the world. You know what
Of
I'm saying? That's what
course.
we have to learn.
Of
It's gonna be
course.
some assholes in the world, and of course, jealousy and envy. But we have to look past that and just continue to do what we do best. You know what I'm saying?
To add to what Meg was saying, you got your communication, and you got to take the word competition off the table. Not everything
Right.
can be a competition.
That's true.
Right.
Okay? she might, Meg might make better beats than me, or I might make better beats than her, or whatever the
And
case might
speaking of
be.
competition, even if it is a competition, you know what I'm saying? Don't take the fun out of it. Don't
Yeah,
ever take the fun out of it
don't
because it
take it
was
too
me and
personal.
Bates.
Don't take it
It,
personal.
right. It was me and Bates. Of course, St. Louis. I was just over there in June 15th, June
Hmm.
16th for Slum Fest, and it was me and Bates, and it was some other guys. We both beat out the two guys and we was going against each other. So that's how we, you know what I'm saying, we would grab some attention in there because it was me
Yeah,
and it that went up against guys. Of course, we won. And of course, old girl won. I gave her her props and stuff like that. And we, of
yeah,
course, we're gonna work on something. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
that's why I
yeah.
be
You
telling
got,
people, don't take the fun up out of it. Just have fun. Have fun. Be good.
and if it is a competition, learn to take a loss gracefully.
Right,
Use that, learn from it, and
right.
like
And you
I
still
said, I'd rather work with you than against you. Because if I have to work against you, it's gonna be on the popping. So
right, right.
Exactly.
Yeah. And plus, damn, what was I getting ready to say? Um, you know what? Never mind. I might come back to it because I lost it. It's just me. I was gonna get ready to say something, but I lost it. So yeah, I might come back to that later.
Mm-hmm. Now, any final thoughts? I mean, as far as anything that you would say, like to, I hate saying rising artists or upcoming artists or what's the term I want to use? What I lost it too. Like,
You know what?
what's
I
the?
finally got it. I'm getting
She
old.
got
I
it
know I
back.
finally got it.
I was like,
Even
I
if you,
had it and I lost it that quick because I'm reading the
but
comments
yeah,
over at Periscope and on YouTube. So I'm like,
uh,
okay.
but yeah, even if you do lose a competition or whatever the case may be, you're able to go back and get it. You know what I'm saying? Plus, you still get blessings. You know what I'm saying? Whether you lose, it's not always about the bigger picture. The bigger picture is getting this award, and you know what I'm saying. But you still got other things. You still got blessings coming to you too.
and
You know
then
what
too,
I'm saying?
Aspiring artist. Thank you.
you
That's
can
that's
still
the word.
you can still get your recognition. Even if you came in second place, you still got that recognition. You still
Yeah.
got your name out there. You know, and even if you lost to whoever, you got that catalog. You got people's attention. You got people's ears. Like, oh, okay,
Right.
well, what she's giving right here. Let me
Right.
go here and slide because I'm leaning more towards her vibe. So
Right.
like, okay, she won, but I'm not really feeling that. I'm feeling this. So sometimes second place ain't so bad.
Right. Right.
Second place is not bad at all.
Exactly. Exactly. So, any artists you guys are working with now, or because I know you're working with MT.
Hmm.
Um, I know that Murder Megs is you do mostly just battles, like or
I am doing battles, and I will be working with Solomon Childs from Theodore Unit. I don't know if you, of course, Ghostface Killer,
hmm
Wu-Tang affiliate, Kinetic Nine, which is then Beretta Nine. He still calls himself Beretta Nine from Killer Army. Wu-Tang, another Wu-Tang affiliate. Of course, I'm going to be working with who else? I just got this blessing. This cat, he had told me. I met you at Slumfest, and we're gonna do a movie. Static Shock. It's supposed to be a cartoon, but I guess they're gonna make it a real life movie or something like that. They just gotta find a distribution, like Warner Brothers or Netflix or whoever's gonna pick it up. And they want me to be on the soundtrack and stuff like that.
oh
But yeah, that, and of course I'm traveling to the 100 sample challenge. DJ Stress with the producers corner, DJ Stress and Rocco, because we finally made it to sample challenge 100. So yeah,
wow.
that.
I'm gonna get in on one of those. I just got my machine MK3 for Christmas, and I just figured it out. I'm definitely going to be participating in one of those very soon. I've been getting my vinyl and stuff up.
Yeah,
Yeah,
speaking
I'm having
yeah,
fun
speaking
with
of MK, I got one sitting right here, right in front of my face right now. I just got through telling Vaughn. I said I got to make this beat for the sample challenge. I'm gonna finish it tomorrow because everything is basically all done. Now I just gotta piece everything up together, beef it up, equalize it, and stuff like that. So
See,
that's
now you both have to teach me how to use that because I'm a person that I'm just
it's right here. Beautiful.
not really.
I don't. I could not tell you. I've been watching stuff YouTube videos. I don't read instructions to nothing. I just figure
Yeah,
it
I
out.
have the
She goes to
first one.
YouTube
This is
University.
beautiful.
No, oh,
Ooh, look at that little toy right there.
yeah,
Oh,
I
she
got
got the micro.
Oh, see, they're bringing out the hardware, guys. This is
I got
hardware.
I got more in store if you want to look at it. I got an MPC 2000 XL up there.
oh, I got something else. Hold on, I'm gonna blow your mind. Hang on a second.
She's like, you guys ain't ready for this.
Got this big boy right here.
Oh my goodness.
Don't tell me. Oh my god! And I've been wanting that piece all my life.
Had a friend of mine give it to me,
All
and
my
I
life, like
can't use it for nothing, but I've had it ever since. I'm never getting rid of it.
Oh my
oh my
gosh.
god.
That's my baby.
But you know what was my first piece as far as my hardware? I was working with software all that time because I couldn't afford the hardware. But the first
Yeah.
Yeah,
piece that I ever had was the MPD 24 by Akai.
this
That
is
was
my
like a small, you know, yeah, it's
Wow.
something like that. But it had a screen on it. I had the MPD
this
24.
is this is my first one.
Oh my
Yeah.
God. So you
I,
guys are just like you guys
uh, you-
chop. You guys
And you know
chop.
what? This is my second piece of the machine product. I have an MK1 upstairs. That was
Mm,
uh,
my first actual machine Native Instruments product.
right.
But
This is
yeah,
my
wow.
first one.
second piece.
This little baby right here. This is my first one. So
Right. I mean,
yeah.
machine is the righteous way to go. You know what I'm saying? Either you know, I'm with
This,
everything. You know, I love hardware. You know,
this is my first baby. I bought her back in 2012 when
where
I moved up from the MPD 18, and I got this bad boy. It was 500 and some odd dollars. Now you can find it for 250.
Well, you know what? I always say on Twitter, I'm like, to us female producers, going to places like Guitar Center or Sam Ash or wherever is like going
Uh,
to Sephora for girls that like to play with makeup. It's just that
one
that that
year,
smell of electronic,
one year I went to
bliss.
one year I went to Atlanta, and they got a electronic store called Fry's, and
mm.
they sold a little bit of everything there. I'm touching all the keyboards, all the drum pads,
I do the same thing.
touching everything. I can't play shit, but I'm sitting there touching everything. I said, I just want to go home with a piece of something. I have
That's how I
This piece
am.
right here, I don't know if you can see it, but this piece right here is beautiful. The MPC,
Wow.
I'm trying to bring it down to it, but I say, you know what? I'm not gonna go up through all this because it is heavy as hell. The
yeah, buddy.
MPC 2000 XL is beautiful. It's different. Its configuration is totally different because, of course, it's
Yeah.
a machine that's been built in '99. There's a lot of machines that they, had like in the MPC 60, the MPC 62.
Mm.
Of course, the MPC 3000. Of course, Jay Dilla, he was working with that piece.
What
Rest in
they were
peace.
doing when they were coming out with these beat machines. I kind of knew what they were doing.
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
but
they did.
They knew what
you
they were
know who?
doing.
But you know who got me hooked up on the machines like that? Of course, Jay Dilla got me hooked up. But it's this two dudes on YouTube. I don't know if you know their names. Hill Prop 97 and Very Sick Beats.
Nah, I
They're,
I have I've
they're,
heard I
they're,
think I've heard of very sick beats
yeah,
though.
Jason Hill Prop 97. Shout out to him. Hopefully he's watching this because he keep me motivated. And his YouTube is popping. You know what I'm
I
saying?
know
I love it. He
my
got me
first
hooked up on
influence.
whatever machine he got. He inspired me.
Yeah, my inspiration, my first influence was Booney Mayfield, aka Boondock.
Mm.
I was watching his YouTube videos. He was doing like a sample chop, and I really didn't pay attention to the hardware that he had, so I ran off and got this thing here, thinking I was going to get that same effect.
Uh, it didn't
And
Nah,
happen.
it wasn't it. It wasn't
yeah,
it.
I had to invest. It's a hard because you got bills to pay. I got bills. I got water. I got this. I got that. So either you gonna have some food or you gonna have that NPC. Which one? I'm
Exactly.
hungry.
Well,
It's like
you guys
yeah,
know, from my influences, obviously my dad, growing up in the studio and seeing him work and him definitely teaching me about being creative, but not letting me get in the lab until I understood the hardware and the software. And to grow up in that, to be around like a musical life, like, just
Right.
being that. And then to be
I
told by other
was right.
producers, male producers, that you're not good enough or you don't know anything about this, what's your DAW? And I'm like, FL Studio. Oh, okay. What's your beats per minute? Bitch, I don't know my beats per minute for this fucking song. Like, so why does
Why
that
should that even
matter?
matter? listen to it or don't. Like, shut
I
up.
go off. Look, I go off, and I think a lot of us, pretty much any artist, we go off because music is our life. It's our baby. It's our everything. We wake up, we go to sleep, we eat, sleep, and shit music. And this is
On
what we
every
we love to do. And when you have people that I would say blue check motherfuckers, I can't stand these blue check motherfuckers because they think they know it all. They purchase their verification
They
badge.
just they just be giving anybody the blue check to whoever who they feel. You know what I'm
Yes,
saying?
that is
think
true,
they
but
They
that
just
on
doesn't mean
giving
like
it to
it's like
whoever.
I've argued and I know a lot of people see me argue with a lot of blue check motherfuckers. 'Cause I don't care if you're famous. I don't care if you're
Right.
famous. I don't
Right.
care.
And that legendary, you know what? They took in that legendary shit, you know what I'm saying, on they back, and I
Yeah.
get they taking it too far
Mhm.
to, they getting out of hand with it, you know what I'm saying, with that legendary. And I don't know if I talked to you about, of course, old boy. I hate to say the name, but I gotta say it anyway. I don't give a damn because it's my truth.
He's getting
Spunk
these
Bigger.
hands, ladies and gents. He's
There you
getting these
go.
hands this week.
Spunk Bigger, of course, is a legendary Harlem producer, and I told him, I said, you know what? I look up to you. I respect you. I look up to you like any other producer, like a Premier, like a Pete Rock, and a large person, who I name in my list. But your attitude is funky. Your attitude is lame. Your attitude is whack. Just because you're a legend, but you're taking that shit. You know what I'm saying?
To the
Now,
head.
now, right now, you're being big. You're being big headed off of it now, and your attitude is crazy. Now, I had seen a post from Boyd. This is way before he had unfriended me and blocked me. It was a post that he put up. I guess somebody from out of the Ville, I don't know if it's Brownsville somewhere, the Ville somewhere, wanted to battle him. Instead of, having fun and battling the person, whether somebody called you out or vice versa, whatnot, you're gonna go on Facebook, rant and rave and talk about this person like y'all, like y'all some bitches or whatever the case may be. Just go ahead and battle the dude, or just step down and shut up. Stop bitching.
Exactly.
Stop doing that. You know what I'm saying? And of course, I made a subliminal post on Facebook. You know what I'm saying? I meant what I said. You know what I'm saying? I didn't take it
I
down.
remember that day too.
And I said, no, I'm not going to back down. I'm not going to backtrack anything. I said what I said. You know what I'm saying? So I guess when old boy had tagged him in it to catch him for, you know what I'm saying, I guess I was talking about him. No, I'm letting you know about yourself. Whether I'm talking about you, whether I'm talking to you, I'm not talking about you. No, it's something that I see in you. And it's
Mhm.
yeah.
not good. You know what I'm saying? You're being petty, you're being childish, and your attitude stinks. You
Mhm.
need to stop that shit. You know what I'm saying? But I said, you know what? I respect your production discography. I look up to you and I respect you, and I want to learn. I want to be educated. The reason why I hang around older cats is because I want to be educated. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
On hip hop history, not just hip hop history. I want to be educated of their experience. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because
So
hip
I
hop
guess
production, all of that has a history. There's a legendary. To be
right,
legendary, you have
Y'all
to pass, like you said,
come,
pass the
y'all
torch.
come from
right, right, right.
the prime place where hip hop was born and cultivated. So I mean, that right there is just an inspiration in itself. Like I've always wondered what it would have been like to grow up in like Harlem and Brooklyn and all that, and get that feel of actual hip hop,
Right,
like being around that essence.
right,
Like people will never understand it, because I'm not. I've never been up north before, so I would love to go to like all five boroughs and just get a piece. Visit Sedgwick, visit Rucker Park, visit like the legendary spots that
right.
hip hop made famous.
Oh,
It's
you
like
will. You will. I'm
Yeah,
I'm
right.
telling you this. You
Yeah.
will. And I'm from here. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
And I don't see vibes like that no more. Because it's just like before
well,
you used
yeah,
to go,
you
Because
you
you
used
know
to see in the
why?
corner
yeah.
store, dudes used to be like standing around in a circle, they having a cipher and shit. They don't do that no more. Like
Right.
it's
And you know why we don't have that no more is because we putting it into the wrong hands. We put it
mm,
into the wrong hands, and we let any motherfucker come up in here switching and altering shit, telling us
mm.
what we need, what we need to do in hip hop and what is hip hop and all the other shit like that. We put it into the wrong hands.
They
Even
killed it.
though
They killed
sometimes,
hip hop.
right? Even though sometimes me and Solomon Childs we just got to talking about this. I said Of course, there's going to be a change in it. You know what I'm saying? Throughout the generation, there's going to be some type of change, and the change
Yeah,
is kind of needed. I don't want to be
yeah.
no savior of hip hop. I don't want to be the superwoman, the Superman of hip hop. You know,
Why
saving everything. There's
not?
going to be, of course, there's going to be something. You know what I'm saying? There's
I'm
going to
trying
be
to look.
a
I'm
change.
trying to be
You know what
Jesus
I'm saying?
Christ in this right now
I don't
because
believe.
I'm like, look,
I don't.
you just
I don't
like
believe.
just like you 7-5, like you got your podcast, right? So that was the other thing I wanted to talk about too. You got your podcast. You started, and from the beginning. First of all, I don't even remember how I met you ladies, and it doesn't matter how I met you ladies. I just knew that you guys were special, and I knew that you guys have, besides the production and all that stuff. She's actually sitting there thinking about it. How did I meet Minx?
I don't know.
It's like, how did we meet?
I mean,
I don't
it's
I
a
don't know
blessing to me.
how
I
we.
don't care. Right. I don't care how I
I
met
don't
you.
know.
You
I
know,
don't
it was a
care.
blessing to meet you. It's a
But
blessing to meet you. You know what I'm saying?
we all had something that I felt. I said, you know what? Actually, Murder Megs. I think I just said I'm just gonna follow you. I was gonna add you as a friend. I was like, I'm gonna add you as a
Right.
friend, and I
Right.
just was
Right.
like,
Right.
F it. But the thing is that I think there needs to be a savior, because if someone doesn't stand up and start, like, almost like with a person that has flaws, right? And you're hanging out with this person, you love this person, and they have flaws, character
Right.
flaws that can be fixed.
Right.
I don't think that it's real love if you don't try to change it, or try to make that better, because, you know, we are technically OGs. I hate to admit it, I am 33. We are technically OGs. So, as OGs, what we should be doing is reaching out to the other OGs and try to fix what this problem is. Because even for myself, making music now, because you guys compose, but I actually, I compose, and I write my own songs, and I do all that shit. It's so much harder to write a song, and to create a song and an idea, because you're like, damn, I got to compete with this 18-year-old motherfucker, and I got to compete with this 25-year-old, and I'm 33. So I'm like, okay, so I'm rapping about, like, kind of like what, what Jay-Z would. He's a millionaire, so he's going to, excuse me, billionaire. He's a billionaire. He's going to be rapping about billionaire shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm a
Right.
mom,
Cause he ain't rapping
I'm
about the
going to,
struggle no more because he ain't in the struggle no more.
exactly. So it's like we're all talking about our own personal experiences. I know we create beats based off of our feelings from dealing with personal experiences. Maybe there is a possibility that we can shed light, and try to get people to say, look, there's a big problem in hip hop today. Hip hop
Yeah,
is fucked up. It's not
Hmm.
even the music itself. I've noticed songs went from 4 minutes to now 2 minutes and 59 seconds. You know, there's no hook. Like, the hook is only one time, and then there's like a
Right.
verse, and the song is done, and you're just like, that's it. Like, what's happened? What has happened in hip hop? It's not even about a woman thing or a male thing. It's just an overall assessment. Hip hop is trash now, because
Hmm.
I think it's all corporate. And then when
I would
It
corporate
is.
got their hands on shit, you
Our
know,
genre, only genre that will switch 15 times, and it's never for the better. You never hear rock or country go through all these
well,
changes, and
now now
it's
country is.
detrimental to the genre.
Right.
And like I said on my podcast, streaming kind of ruined hip hop.
Of
It
course
is.
it
It
did.
ruined the love of listening and falling in love with music, because there's so many songs that's coming out.
Right. And
And
you got this internet. You got the internet, the social
internet,
media now. You
and
got
like
Instagram.
I
You know what
said,
I'm saying?
songs are two
Because you
minutes.
know what? I have to give respect to Nicki Minaj for doing what she do. You know, and the come up DVDs and all the other. Because she wasn't that bad then. And I don't want to, knock her or not give her credit for what she did then. Because she was just as good then. You know what I'm saying? But I still want to give my respect to her because there wasn't really no Instagram then. It was a Facebook, there was a YouTube, of course, there was the DVD era was still rocking
MySpace.
then. Right,
Exactly.
the MySpace. And yeah, she was doing her thing, but now you have the Instagram era. Now you got everybody, anybody, and a dog, a cat, a turtle, trying to go viral, making whatever songs and singing about cows and shit. You know what I'm saying? So anybody could go viral. You know what I'm saying? Just like a Cardi B, she went viral just like that. You know what I'm saying? Off of
It
a song that wasn't even hers. It was somebody else's. It was a Kodak Black. You know what I'm saying? So she got famous over a song that wasn't even hers to begin with. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly, exactly. And you're right.
That's how she started.
Social media has ruined it's a blessing because yes, now, like us talking, we could be
It's a
talking under
blessing.
our own devices, and now we're
It's a
able to have a public discussion and have other people tune in. That's the great thing about it. But when it comes to music now, I definitely have to agree with you. I kind of miss selling physical copies. I miss that. Nobody wants to buy CDs, and it's not because they don't want it. It's because, there's no vehicles that are equipped with CD players anymore. You
Streaming,
everything is digital.
right.
streaming killed the music industry.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
did.
video
It
killed the
killed the
radio
music.
star.
Day, because back in the
Video
day,
video killed the radio star, but streaming killed hip hop.
yeah, because back in the day
Right.
when I was going to the stores like Circuit
T-shirt.
City, Best Buys, the WalMarts, of course, you had CD in every category, especially in the hip hop category. You had CDs. But as of now and today, it's getting the FYIs, the Sam Goodies. I mean, FYI, they still got an FYI in a mall somewhere that I just
We
went
got one
to.
here. Yeah, we got
Right.
one
We
here.
don't have none
Yeah.
of that. We
Now
we don't have
the
none of that over
CD
here.
categories is
I
just
buy shirts and
low, you know.
He said, SJC Flawless says, internet killed music. Dan BSG says, it's a gift and a curse is social media.
it is very much so
So just to to
because
to to to, to also like showcase like one last thought, since I have you ladies on the video that United Masters had posted.
mm,
With what I forgot her name. She's a rapper. Like I always say, for some reason I was right. I said she had the bangs and the straight hair, and she went on, and United Masters posted her having a meltdown, stating that she felt like she sold her soul, and her deal that she's in, she was sorry, she doesn't want to do music anymore. I want to go back to school. What are your thoughts on that? Because when I saw it, I was actually, and I never get scared, and I watch conspiracy shit all day. Okay, I'm a conspiracy head. I love
I do too.
watching
I'm
the.
interested. I watch it because I'm interested.
I
But
watch
I
it
get
because you
scared.
know what?
But then,
We are spiritual people, right? At the end of the day,
hmm
I know one of the things that I said in a song is, I'm not a human being. I'm just being human. Okay.
right.
So that automatically says I've set myself aside from other humans because I feel like I see my spiritual self, right?
hmm
Why do people seem to think that, and they may cut off my mic for saying this. Why do people seem to think that it is so far fetched that people are not selling their souls for fucking record deals? And it doesn't necessarily have to be a physical soul, but I would say, are people not realizing that getting a record deal is the biggest mistake you can ever make in your life because you don't have legal representation or people that can actually help you make a decision. Are record deals bad? Would you guys sign a record deal?
in her case, when she said she sold her soul, I'm not that big on conspiracies. Like I really don't follow up on it because I probably go crazy trying to follow it all. I just
hmm
think it was
But
a
then you
case
come
of
back. You come back from crazy, I promise.
I just think it was a case of her not reading her contract and getting a lawyer to decipher it for her if she didn't understand certain technicalities and certain words, and she realized she dug herself in a hole that she couldn't get out of. This is why I said on my podcast today. This is why you have to read. If you're going to sign, you have to read the fine print.
or get a lawyer. But
Get a
it better
lawyer.
be the best damn lawyer, because some of them lawyers are scammers too. You know what
Well,
I'm saying?
and see, once again, it's all a gift and a curse. Like it's good to have a lawyer, but who's to say that lawyer ain't gonna stiff you? You know,
Right.
And that was one of the things that she said in that entire meltdown that really stood out to me. And mind you, United Masters took down this video. I was able to get it. You know what I'm saying?
mm-hmm.
I think they felt because I thought it was strange that United Masters would post that because TuneCore and everyone else wouldn't post that as a ha ha. This is why you should run your own shit. Because even with distribution today, and I know you guys are like releasing beat tapes and stuff like that, and people, have it up on. I know some people that have beat tapes on Spotify and things like that, but I just thought it was strange. One of the things that she said was she had their lawyers look at that, right? It wasn't like no lawyers looked at these contracts. If I walk into, which has happened, if I walk into a meeting and I sit down and they're saying, Minx Couture, we love you. I'm not speaking this into existence, guys. I'm just giving a idea. So they say, Minx Couture, we love you. We think you're amazing. We want to help you with your dream and we want to have you sign this contract and you must sign it today. And I say, I can't say. Can I go bring it to my lawyer? They're going to say, well, don't you want to be famous? Don't you want to make it? This is what they're doing to these girls. And I swear on everything I love, it's like, I hate to say, I don't know who this girl is. I've never heard of her in my life until that drop.
So
But
that drop.
she already has thousands of followers. Like, these are the blueprints. I keep saying these are the blueprints. You sign a deal, you got thousands of followers, you got thousands of girls and guys creating fan club pages about you. These pages are already set up with all these thousands of followers. This is what these labels do, right? Why do you
Dan,
think a distribution company would post this video? Why would you think it's not marketing, but why do you guys think that a distribution company would post up that someone feels that they sold their soul to the devil, that they feel that they gave up their own physical soul and they are scared for their life? Why would a distribution company post that?
okay, Dan on Facebook commented they only do 360 deals, which is the reason why
Yeah.
you don't sign that paper. 360 deals the worst thing you could ever do to your career. You might as well call it a day.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
that's how they get you. That's how they get you all the way around. That's how they get you.
Like
Getting
Blueface.
screwed for angles. That's when she said she sold her soul to the devil because she realized it was a 360 deal or she didn't understand it and it was a 360 deal, which means she might get 5% of whatever it is that's in that contract. The rest of that's going to everybody else. She the fuck herself.
Right.
That's why I said now the money is doing shows and selling merchandise. You
Right.
can't depend on these labels to make
Or
your money.
selling the physical copies yourself and getting all the profits.
Because
You know?
the streaming shit, you maybe get 25 cents on a dollar, but you got to get like 80 million views just to see a decent check out of that. She just, I think what it was she realized she signed a jacked up
Oh
deal.
my gosh, I just had an Illuminati moment. Okay.
Oh boy.
360. Okay, I'm into numerology. Numerology is real. 360. The word 360 bothers me because 360, right? That's three sixes. 360. Three sixes. Go, but continue.
It's the future she can see.
Because I'm like, if you think about it, everyone that has an issue with a 360 deal, and they all say, "I sold my soul," and this is three sixes. Maybe people should look into the numerology of that because even 6 and 3 is 9. You reverse the 9, it becomes a 6, and 6 times 3 is 18. 1 plus 8 is 9. You reverse the 6, reverse the 9, it becomes a 6. So that's 666. I'm just saying, I'm reaching, but the numerology behind all of it is kind of like it's kind of scary when you think about it.
And you know what? They don't be reading fine print. They be looking at check.
Yeah.
They looking at the money.
Oh
which is
yeah,
your
they're looking at
budget.
100%. They're looking at that.
money because they're looking at the money as if, okay, I'm gonna get all of this, but they're not realizing that that's the budget of your project, your first project. You know what I'm
The
saying?
music business is 80% business and 20% talent. Nobody really gives a shit if you can rap or not.
Right.
No, they really can't. Can you
Only-
sell what you're doing?
You're hot for the
Right.
moment. You're only hot for the moment. Your main objective is making money for the labels.
Mhm.
And not
Labels
buying
will-
$400,000 worth of jewelry, cars, clothes, and
Right,
all
and
of
that's
that
what they put
bullshit.
their money
That's what they
towards.
get 'em. That's what they get them. They give these young people, like these young 21-year-olds like Blueface and these young kids, they give them advances. They think that's their money.
Nah. Look
And
at
they-
TLC and
All
TLC
of that-
and what's her face? Tony Braxton. Same. You buy whatever you want in the store. Yeah, you could wear whatever you want. And then, okay, now you're broke with a
But
It's
Grammy.
coming out their royalty checks. You know what I'm saying? They're not gonna have no money because that shit is either coming out you paying for it either way. You know what I'm saying? Whether I'm paying for it, but it's coming out your royalty check. I'm taking my shit up out your check, or you gonna be paying for you. So it's either way you're gonna be paying for it. You know what I'm saying? That's what some of these young cats gotta understand.
And even
You
when
know.
TLC did the breakdown financially, it still didn't make any sense because, music videos, this, that, your clothes, the photo shoots, the transportation. Like it's almost like, when our parents would get mad at us and they would break down all the shit that they pay for so that we have to respect them, and then immediately you became afraid of being an adult because you're like, "Damn, I got to pay for lights too?" It it it's it's very scary. This entire business is very scary. I also feel that women are very preyed upon. You will not see
Yeah.
no dude camming up crying, talking about I fucked up. He's going to try to figure out a way to maneuver around that. So again, I'm not saying it's okay. It's not okay to show weakness, but what I'm saying is that women, especially women who are targeted individuals, you guys have to really be careful about who you're talking to, who you're dealing with, what people may approach you because a lot of people are fucking snakes. And they'll
That's true.
appear to you like they're there to help you and that they believe in you and shit, but all they see is a finder's fee. And all they see
Mm-hmm.
is that commission. Because I've spoken to a lot of artists who have worked in smaller labels and things like that. And, they don't even know their ISRC codes. They don't know shit. But the people that set it up for them, all that money is going to their bank account. I'm not getting paid for my streams. Yeah, you're getting paid for your streams. It's just not going to
Mm-hmm.
you.
Yeah,
It's going
on
to
Yeah, because
somebody
the
else.
streams. Because what happened is that if even if you distribute it yourself, and I found out about this, even if you're doing it yourself or you're signed to a Sony or Warner Brothers, iTunes and Apple got the nerve to have two platforms. You got Apple Music and you got iTunes. They
Yeah.
got
Well, they're
you got
getting rid of
that. You got
iTunes. They're getting
Spotify.
rid of that.
Yeah, you got Spotify, then you got Shazam, you got this one and that one, and everybody is taking their percentage out of that. The labels gonna get their percentage too, but you're gonna be left with some chump change. You could have worked a 9 to 5 for that. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna be left with what, like $80 something, maybe $90 something, according to who you go with.
that's
You
why
know what I'm
more
saying?
artists, and that's why more artists are staying indie now. They see that the record labels are a gem.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and even on your show earlier, you were saying about everyone, going to Rock Nation and
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah, Conway and Benny. Yeah, Kanye and Benny. Not Kanye. Conway and Benny recently signed to Rock Nation. Meek Mill signed with Rock Nation. Now he got Dream Chasers. The label popping. I mean, while it's good, you're making big moves. It's like the mysticism behind Jay Z and all this, that, and the third. You know what people say about him,
oh, that
and
he's down with the Bahamut, of course.
but then on
But
the video he saw him
they
wearing,
gonna get me tonight. They gonna be like, I gotta get this bitch.
they're gonna get you. Yeah, I'm not.
We just guess.
We just sit there.
Look, I'm into all of that shit. You know what I'm saying? Because, regardless if it is satire, if it's not, I want to know everything about the business, even if it's dark, light.
You should want to know about the business. Anybody who wants to do music should want to know about the business. Not everybody can be a rapper. Not everybody can be a producer. Somebody's got to be behind the scenes reading these contracts and reading the fine print. Somebody's got to do it.
Yeah, yeah.
Because if not, you're gonna have a bad time in the music business. And you're gonna wish you've never done it.
Make friends with lawyers, guys. Stop trying to be friends with DJs and shit. Talk to people that are lawyers that actually, network. You guys got to network properly. And
Mm-hmm.
to close out the show, what is your final thoughts and any plugins that you want to do?
Uh if you happen to be a woman out here, you try to make your name in the music scene. Just know you don't have to show off your body to be seen. Just know you don't have to talk about slurping down a cucumber to be heard. You don't have to do none of that shit at all. Just be yourself, be authentic, stay true to your morals, have your dignity. Please have some dignity about yourself. If you really want to learn about the business, Google is your friend.
Mm-hmm.
Go to the library. I'm sure they got some law books you can read.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
If you really want to be a part of this game, you have to learn the ins and outs, the outs and ins. If you're an upcoming producer, beat maker, or whatever you want to do, and you're not sure, how to do whatever, it's okay to ask for help. You know, Reach out to your OG. You know what I'm saying? Or Google is your friend.
Jules,
Because it
100%
sure was
Jules.
mine.
Mm-hmm.
Because it sure was mine for years. You know, take this music. love your music, love being a musician. That's the thing.
Right. Because this is the
People
opportunity.
out here doing it for money. Nobody's doing it for the love anymore. I'm one
Hmm.
of the few that could never make a beat again and be fine with it because I made my mark in the city. I made my mark, and I've got my name and I got my status and all this extra. I could stop making beats today, and it wouldn't bother me at all. But
Right.
because I love it so much, I'm always going to be doing this. And it doesn't
Right.
have to be for clout. It don't have to be for pay. I'm still always going to do this because this is my first love. This is
Right.
what
This is life.
I do.
This is my
This is
life. You know
life.
what I'm saying? I was blessed to, what I'm saying, God gave me this talent. Thank God that I have this talent. You know what I'm saying? So if I die today, I wouldn't be having none of this, wouldn't be with me right now. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm saying, I'm going to, take advantage of what I have now and live it to the fullest until I die. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's for the money, without the money, I don't care about that. You know what I'm saying? I'm just blessed to have this opportunity to do what I'm doing today. You know what I'm saying? Just coming with a positive attitude,
Hmm.
and just go all out. Go out there, go all out. Don't keep nothing in.
And I've also noticed that there are a lot of rappers who are turning into producers, that are turning into engineers, that are turning into DJs. I was one of the ones that had to become all of these because every time you reached a hand out for help, it was like nobody really rocked with you like that. So I
Right,
had to be one of those ones that have to do everything myself.
right,
Mm-hmm.
So if it's messed up, I know I did it. You know what I'm saying? And that way I can take my time and do what it is that I need to do. But people, you don't have to do all of this.
right,
Just say you
Yeah, you
can do
gotta
it.
you gotta
You
you
don't have
gotta pick one. Look, I'm not gonna say pick one, but you want to hone the skill that you originally came out and wanted to do. You want to hone that.
and I came out as I used to make beats on the side, but I came out as a rapper first. And it
Exactly.
won't too many female rappers in my city either. So I fell out of that. I love to perform, I love to do that, but it was just too much for me to have to sit here and write and this and the third. I found out this right here was so much easier and it calms me down and it
right.
takes away. I've made some of my best work on a rainy day.
Me
It's
too.
cloud. I've made some of my best work in the dark, 4 o'clock in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you never stop creating. If you love what you do and what you do come from the heart, you will never get tired of it.
It's a
Right,
blessing.
You
It's a
should
blessing,
never,
and it's definitely a curse at the same time. And you know
right,
what?
never, male or female, you should never get tired of it.
right,
And it's
The
okay.
moment you start, and this is the other thing I gotta tell artists, the moment you start feeling like you're tired, take a break.
Yeah, take a break.
Don't
right. You
Never,
don't
can
try
always
to
take a break and do
force
other
it.
things.
Don't
never
try to
stop.
force it. Just take a break, relax, let it come to you. Don't try to
Mm-hmm.
force out shit
I,
and shove shit down our throats. We can tell.
I've gone
Right.
6 months of beat block. Like I've gone through 6 months of
Me
hell.
too.
And when my mentor died, it was like I didn't even want to make beats anymore. I wanted to give up and sell all my equipment, but I knew he wouldn't want me to do that. He
And
taught me so
I
much.
cursed you out for that shit. I
Well,
cursed you out.
everybody cursed me out for
I
it.
was the first one in the inbox like, what the fuck? What's going on? Like, how dare
Oh
you?
no, Wiz beat you to that one. Wiz is always in my ear. He's
Ah,
always
shit. He always beats me.
yeah. And and even though he's younger than me, I learned so much from him because he's been DJing since he was a little baby. You know what I'm saying? He's a producer as well, and I could learn from him, and he learns from me. So, he never sees me as second citizen. I'm his sister, regardless. We're just producers, we're just DJs, and that's just what we do. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So
And
you
I'm willing.
guys,
I'm never
so
too old to learn.
you guys definitely, because this is the first time we actually had a panel discussion. So you guys actually popped the cherry for that.
Ooh.
I definitely am excited because it's good to have discussions with people that do the same thing that you do. And it's very important that especially tonight's show. Like I said, I told everybody it was going to be a different show. And we talked about all the topics. We talked about everything that's been going on. And I really do thank you guys for taking the time out to come onto the Mink Show and to talk about all these issues because I'm thinking about doing ladies' night like once a month. Ladies' night, and then of course just a regular artist promo chat like this. That's the surprise, guys. Just want to let you guys know. So I'm really happy and it's very pleasant, to actually talk to two very knowledgeable and two excelling female producers in this business right now. And I wish you guys 100% the best, you know, and I think you guys have something. And I just when we all sipping from the yacht, when we're on the yacht, we're going to
Mm-hmm.
look back on this day, we're going to say, you know what, we actually challenged people to think on our behalfs as artists and as producers. And I definitely do thank you guys.
Mhm.
Well, thank you for
Oh
having
no,
me.
definitely.
This has been fun.
And
Word,
I
definitely.
will be posting up on minxradio.com the beat tape, and as well as any updates that are happening with these two fabulous producers. Again, this is 759 on the left and Murder Megs on the right.
It's happening.
And again, I do appreciate you guys coming on. You guys could have been anywhere in the world, but you decided to come on here and talk to the world about what's going on in these issues. And I thank you so much.
It's got to be heard. You know, who else to hear? Who else to talk, speak on it but us?
Right.
We
There you
we
go.
got this. We got this. And shout out to everybody that's been in the chat box. Everyone's been definitely giving a very important feedback. I want you guys, when you get the chance, read the comments back. Very, very in just a lot of information that people and questions that people had. I couldn't get to every one of them, but we'll definitely get that out to everybody to take a look at it. And again, like I said, I thank you guys, and I want to have you guys on again. I definitely do want to have you guys on again, and hopefully there's no more lists.
I
Right,
hope not.
right.
All
I
right,
guess we got
guys.
something else to talk about.
Hopefully, it's of something positive next time. But
Yeah,
I am happy that you guys came on. A lot of people are really excited, and they're thanking us for taking the time to have this discussion. So thank you.
No,
And
thanks for
definitely.
all right,
tuning
so
in.
I'm gonna talk to you guys
Listeners.
behind the scenes. And you guys make sure you guys follow. I'm gonna post their information to follow them on social media, and also check out the podcast that 759 has, and as well as keeping up to the up to date with the status of the beat competitions that Murder Megs goes to.
Word.
I'm definitely gonna join in on one. We might end up battling one day.
Oh, word, yeah.
Oh, you know
Yeah,
what? I'm
yeah.
gonna be there front and center with my camera, like, yo, you guys want to see it here from the Ming Show?
It's gonna be fun. I can't wait. We
Yeah.
collab and do all of that. But yeah, my sixth beat tape. I got a series going on. The Cook Up Volume 3 is almost finished. I'm 7 tracks in. Um, I'm doing trap, boom bap samples. I'm mixing it up. So I'm not sure where I'm going to release it, but it's definitely in the works. Like you said, sometimes you gotta take a break. I work nights, so I'm at work at night trying to come up with different stuff. So just
Right.
work on it. But it's definitely coming. It's my sixth tape, and I should reload all my old shit. I really should do that.
Yeah.
I really, but people,
I didn't even hear the first five. Damn, you up to number six?
my first
Jeez.
tape was in 2000 and 11 or 12.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Yeah. So this is number 6 for me.
Yeah, this is my first
I
one,
said
so my
one and
second
two.
one is gonna be in 2020 at least.
And I'm a
Yeah,
virgin. I haven't
I told you
released
my
any of
last
them,
one.
so I don't have any beat tapes or anything like that. But I am putting together something, because I want to give back to the R&B and pop community.
Hmm.
These artists are forgotten about because everyone's a rapper. And
Right.
I plan on releasing a pop tape, a pop beat tape, and a R&B beat tape. So, definitely look out for that. Dan, I got you. Dan says, where can we find them? I got you. I'm gonna hit you with the information of how to check out these tapes because I can't put it
Well,
in the
I don't
chat
have,
box.
I don't,
I don't release any of them.
I don't have none of my music up online because I got struck on YouTube twice for copyright, which I won the claim, but it was too much.
Yeah, it was
I just
just too much to go after.
Yeah, so I'm gonna reload everything that I have, all my beat tapes. I will be reloading them on SoundCloud. I gotta make another page, but I will be doing that soon.
Hmm.
Or you could just start a Patreon and get people to become a member for like $5 a month, and they can just listen to it unlimited.
Yeah, I just go to Bandcamp, you know,
Yeah, Bandcamp is
put
dope.
them on, track by
Yeah,
track, WAV file. That was,
I'm gonna tell you about it. what my idea is for Patreon, because I have an idea for female producers, and if I get enough women to listen to my idea, then we could probably get something popping. Definitely.
Most definitely. I'm
But
down. I'm down.
All
Hey,
right,
hey, hey,
ladies.
stop that.
Stop that. Yeah, stop that.
I'm trying to stay up because I'm trying to get up for work tomorrow.
All right, lady. I don't want to hold you guys too long, but I do thank you again, for chopping it up with me. And like I said, we'll talk behind the scenes, and I'm gonna post up your information so people can get in contact with you and also check out your stuff.
A
Thank
word.
you for having me.
All right. Good night, guys. I thank you guys so much. I appreciate you.
All
Thank you.
right.
All right.
Peace.
All right, guys. A little different tonight, huh? I want to close out the show by saying, I did this because, I wanted to change up the show itself. I have been talking to so many different artists and so many different producers, men and women, and I said, what would it be like? How can I be able to talk to more than just two people a night or one person a night? I just wanted to change it up because it's very important to you, Von Minx. First met you in New York Underground. I'm proud of what you're doing. Thank you so much, Dan. Thank you so much. So, I'm going to be posting up my email address and everything. I want to get at least once, let me say, twice, two times in a month. I'm trying to get a panel discussion on certain topics and issues going on in the underground. And, if you know an artist or I want to have an artist come on and do a critique, like a live critique. I want you on this side of the screen, and we're going to be playing your song, and we're going to be talking about where you went wrong, where you went right, and hopefully, if the song is great enough, I may get a few A&Rs in here that will be able to reach out to you and talk to you about your craft. So, I definitely have big plans for the Minx Show. I definitely have plans for Minx Radio. Speaking of merch, okay, this is my merch. It's real. It's real. I'm just so like excited. I'm excited about life. I'm excited about opportunities. I'm excited about music. And the fact that you guys are rocking out with me is a lot to me on a Friday night. And Dan's laughing. Mixradio.com/merch. You can get your merch. I got t-shirts, I got hoodies, I got all of that good shit. I got phone cases, whatever you guys want. If your kids want shirts, let me know. Let me know. So I'm gonna close out the show with my new song actually. I want to give a little background about the song first before I play it and end the show. Okay, so I created a song called Mad World on my phone. I created the song Mad World because, some of us musicians and artists, we feel, with a lot of emotion. And with these shootings that happened, I was just so like, like it just was such a, last weekend was just so hard for me. I didn't really want to talk to anybody, because I was feeling the energy of the world. And I was like, the world is so sad. It's just so much negativity. It's just so, I just feel so sad, and I had no way to express it but the only way I know, which is through music. And I worked on this track and I dropped it today actually. And it just hurts so much that so many people are losing their lives, and you know all of these narratives of political gain that's going on. It just feels like a big tug of war. And then I was like, you know what? This is a fucking mad world that we live in. We live in a mad world, and people are depressed, and people are being, physically affected by what's going on, because you can go to sleep at night and say, okay, I'm going to bed. But I go to sleep at night and I'm like, all these fucking people just died. Or people are walking around here with fucking AK-47s trying to take people out at Walmart. You know, this is what I manifest in my head before I go to sleep at night. And I actually do get so sad. Like, wow, this world is so fucked up. It's messed up. And I don't like to cry. I just like to create. And that's exactly what I did. I feel like Prince right now. Rest in peace, Prince. But I just create based on emotion, and emotion is energy in motion. And if this is what the energy is of the world, this is a problem. And not only that, with people being deported, and it's just a mad world. And I said, okay, I'm going to make a song about it. And after I finished the song, I swear to God, it was like I took an epic brain shit because I felt so much better. And I was like, I feel like myself again. All right. So this song is called Mad World. It's up in SoundCloud. I didn't want to release it professionally. Um, I just I didn't want to release it professionally. I wanted to release it just on SoundCloud because for now I just want to see how the song is going to do. And if the song is getting the type of recognition that it deserves, then I will put it up on platforms everywhere. But right now it's just exclusive to SoundCloud. So I'm going to close out the show with Mad World, and make sure you guys get at me. Official Meta says, emotion is energy in motion. Wow, I've never met anyone who also says that. Honey, I am conscious. Hello. Hello. I am conscious, darling. Gets me into a lot of trouble sometimes, though. I'm not going to front. All right, so here is my new release. The song is called Mad World, and this is New Music Friday. Hold on. Where the hell? Here it is. So many people are calling me. So many people are calling me. So yes, I did write and produce and engineer this record. As you guys know, I do make it. I do make my own beats, and this is what I worked on. Oh, 12 plays. Yes, 12 plays. That means so much to me. I don't care. 12, 1,200, 12,000. 12 people listen to what I have to say. And this is Mad World.
Minx be on the track line.
Forsaken, I can't take it. Life is what you make it. Some people are dead inside, and the smiles, yeah, they fake it. Scared to admit it when life is hitting you when you on the ground, screaming in the crowded room. No one hears a sound. I tend to suffer in silence from this internal violence, and I'm shooting dice with fate, and people think I'm wildin'. This world we've lived in since the beginning is getting worse. I often think we have a curse, cause we live with all this hurt. A sign of weakness leaves you speechless. I'm still picking up the pieces of my past, so now I just laugh as I roll up.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we are living in a mad world. And that's how I do it. I'm gonna get you guys shirts. I promise. I promise. I promise. I promise. Again, I would like to thank my panel. And oh yeah, we got shirts today. We got hoodies today. I told my man you better put on a hoodie. So we definitely getting everything together. I'm holding contests, all that to get it out. All right. And as you guys know, if you guys need to get in contact with me, submissions at minxradio.com. I will be doing a morning. I'm trying to figure out morning or evening show, but we're getting a show together so we can get more songs played. Artists need recognition, artists need to have a platform, and we're working on that. We do have a live station right now. We do have a live station that is playing songs 24 hours a day. Get me those submissions so I can get you on that list. And it has to be MP3. You can't send me a link. It has to be MP3. That's just what their requirements are. Make sure you have your publishing, because if you don't, then you don't get paid for the streams. And it is international. As you guys know, my station is played all over the world. Minxradio.com. We're here to stay. And to those who got these hands, got these hands. Thank you guys. Enjoy your evening and make sure you guys spread love. Tell everyone that you love them, and life is too short. We never know.